6 in the AM, and this is the Wild Country Zephyros 1. So here it is, all zipped up. Look at the porch area, is massive here. Huge, nice area here. This is the only issue I've got here. Look, a bit flappy, but all I need to do is peg that end out a bit more. But this is a bit flappy here. That's just a pegging issue. Quite a lot of room inside. Actually, I'll zip this up. Here, so got a lot of room here. There's quite a lot of room height wise, but width wise in the middle of the inner here. So I'm just touching the bottom there with my feet, but my head here, I've still got another foot above my head. It says condensation. So my elbow's touching that side there. I'm camped on a bit of a slope actually. I'm sloping down to my left, down here. But there's a lot of space, trust me. It's warm in here. Open the zip all the way. Oh yeah, there's a vent there and a vent at the bottom as well. There's a lot of condensation in here this morning. What you can see is actually out on the outside there, but there is actually a lot of condensation in here. We go around here, you can see the integrated pool. There's one at the top and one at the bottom. There's a lot of space. There's about a foot between the inner and the outer there. Come around the other side. The other integrated pool. The integrated pools are attached, which is a bit of an embuggerance for when you're clearing out there, you know, when you're packing up. Okay. So I'm going to record this at the risk of getting wet because it's just started drizzling again. Okay, so here we go. The Zephyros 1 by Wild Country. I've camped so that the door here is pointing into the wood because the wind was howling up here last night. But fortunately, because of this little bump here just in front of me, the wind was going over the top. But I could hear the trees were waving like mad. So I'm going to do this quick because look at that rain that's coming in. Okay. So the only issue with this tent that I found is that you can't secure the door very easily. There's a toggle here. I'm just wondering if the toggle, I know exactly where that toggle goes. That toggle fits on a ring that's on the inner. I've just realised. There, but the tent is wet. As you can see, it was absolutely hoofing it down in the night. But I suppose here you go. You can see stability. It's all right. 4 guy lines. I've fixed. I've taken the guy securing clips off, and I've put these line locks on, which are a bit better, a bit easier. Okay, so we can have a look. Oh, here comes the rain. If I take this off, you can see my setup here. Oh, get in. I've got my, this is a Carrymore X-Lite sleeping pad, self-inflating. Then I bought this silver mat just the other week from the Yorkshire Trading Company, and this is my sleeping bag, which is the Snugpak Elite 2. I'm actually going to get in because I'm getting absolutely soaked. Ugh. Oh, there we go. Oh, just in from the rain. I was lucky. We're going to have showers and rain all day. So these are the pegs here which come with the tent. They're aluminium, they're really light, not that long as you can see, but sticking them in the ground, this bit is the sharpest thing in the world. You know, when you're putting your hand on and pushing them in. Also, when it gets to a point, this top bit bends over if there's any pressure, or if there's too much pressure applied to it in the wrong direction. But they're like flipping nails. My hands are in bits, or my right hand's in bits with pushing these in. So the top bends and they're useless. I bought some Y-shaped aluminium pegs from eBay. They came from China. They took about 3 weeks to arrive, but they are better. I just couldn't find them coming out. Okay, so the door zips bottom to top, but it also zips top to bottom as well. The zip is a little bit flimsy, I will admit that. There's not much ventilation within the outer, between the outer and the inner, and I say that because there's a lot of condensation on the inside of the fly sheet here. But they pitch both together if you want. You know, it's if I can probably raise you up, you can probably see how it's affixed along the top there. Probably, I hope you can. So they're fitted together, and the loops of the inner tent pitch with the loops of the outer. Well, I have anyway. I suppose if you want to make this fly sheet a bit tighter, then you probably have to use a couple of other pegs on the fly sheet to pull it out a bit, because that's the only issue I've got. You see how it's not exactly taut here, and also down here by my feet, that was flapping a bit in the night. So yeah, I've just realised this toggle here for the door fixes onto this loop here. I've just clicked, but thanks to Ant at Ant's Wild Camping for providing measurements and whatnot. I'm 6 foot. I'm 6 foot. I'm probably about 6 foot wide as well. No, but I'm 6 foot tall, and I worried about the length of the inner tent, and no dramas whatsoever, and no dramas with the width either. But I'll contact Ant, and if he agrees, I'll put a link to his video within this one somewhere. So maybe look in the for the link in the description, or I could be, if I've spoken to him, I could be showing it on screen now, showing his video on screen now, perhaps, maybe around here, if I've done the magic editing thing, or maybe not, I don't know. Okay, so that's the Wild Country Zephyros 1, and I'm chuffed with it. It weighs 1.4 kilograms. I did take a photograph of the tent on some digital scales, so if I've found that image, I can show you that image now. but if I haven't found the image and I've just said that I'm showing the image, then I'm going to make a bit of an idiot out of myself. So, okay, that's that. Wild Country Zephyros 1, tons of space, tons of space. For a one-man tent, that is. Look in this porch area here. Get a stove in there, easy. Look at me, you know, I've got size 11 feet. Tons of space. And my rucksack there. Loads of space. Okay, so a product that I want to review is this Headtorch that I've got here by Coleman. I've had a few Headtorches in my time, but this one is really, really good. It is the Coleman CHT15. Where are we? Here. And I can't recall how bright it is, but trust me, it's bright. Now, there's a few functions on this Headtorch. You'll see those 3 smaller dots in the top there, and the main light, which is a CREE, C-R-E-E-E technology. Okay, so the first light, if I kind of point this down so it's not pointing at the camera, button on the top here is red. Then we've got a blue, and then we've got a little white. So they're the 3: red, blue, white. They're the 3 little LEDs above the main light, and then you've got the main light itself. It's got 3 brightnesses, so it's the dimmest, a medium, and a very bright. And if you push it again, you get this flashing, and then it goes off. It's the next. So brilliant. 1 AA battery it uses. My only issue with it is that the key to open the battery port is on the adjuster strap. The issue with it is once you turn the battery port door and take it off, which isn't easy, then the door comes separate, comes away from the main body. There's no like rubber connection. So I'll just screw that back on. But it's 1 AA battery. No, I tell a lie, it's not. It's not 1 AA battery. It's 3 AAAs. See, and it's really difficult to know your product. Know your product. I'm not endorsed by Coleman in any way. Right, there we go. See what I mean? That the battery port door comes away. It's 3 AAA batteries on a drum. So stick that back in, and you need the key. Oh, need the key to screw it back together. There you go. It's back on. About 23 quid I think it was. It's the Coleman, oh, where are we? CHT15. It's a brilliant torch. Really enjoy. I really like this headlamp indeed, and it swivels as well, which is another feature. So another product I want to have a look at is all thanks to Wayne, who is the Sergeant Fruitcake on the YouTube-ness, and it's this thing here, the hot can. This is a food product. a self-heating food product, and it says here that it's ready to eat in 8 to 12 minutes, and you don't need anything to heat the product inside. So this is cheese and tomato ravioli flavour. Now these are brilliant. If you're going on a multi-day camp, probably not the best product to take, but it's up to you. And the reason I say that is that it's quite big, as you can see. Here's my hand here, so it's quite big, but it's also really heavy. It weighs just under 1 kilogram, which is a bit of an issue, a weight issue. So here's the instructions on the side. It says remove the plastic cap and place on the bottom of the can. There's a spike included, which I can hear rattling around in the lid. Pierce the 3 holes to the top of the outer rim and push the spike to maximum depth. Lift the ring on the inner can to vertical position before pulling the can to open. After 2 minutes, steam will come out. Stir the contents of the food while the food is heating and ready to eat in 8 to 12 minutes. Okay, let's have a look. It says, so the lid is on quite tight. Oh, the lid is on quite tight. This is what the top looks like. So it's a can of food inside, and you can see the 3 holes here. So it says put the cap on the bottom. Okay, it doesn't really, yeah, oh, okay, it does fit. One thing I'd like to say is that the outer packaging here, this is a pad. It's quite soft. It's a foam pad, foam packaging. Okay, so pierce. Okay, so that's quite difficult. So there's obviously chemicals working together. I think maybe I should have lifted the ring first. Read the instructions. I know, pierce the can, pierce the 3 holes, lift the ring to the vertical position. So there must be a small amount of water that's going to react. Oh, there we go. If I just bend that back to there, then I'm going to produce any more waste. So I expect the chemical inside is like the chemical that's in the American MRE rations, the meals ready to eat, in the pack that comes with those, whereby the chemical, once it's mixed with water, heats up and heats the boil in the bag food. So I expect it's the same principle. I'm just making sure it says push for the entire length of the spike. Oh, I can feel it heating up already, yeah. Okay, so we've been nearly 2 minutes now. Oh, and this is the steam just starting to come out. Oh wow, look at that. The can is quite hot, quite warm. Not hot, but warm to touch. Oh. Producing a lot of steam here. It says keep stirring, which I will do. Trying not to get any food over the lip. which is a little bit difficult. But I can feel the entire outside of the can here is really hot. In fact, it's hot now. Food's starting to heat up. Oniony. It's nice. But they use onion to flavour food, I think, don't they? Okay, so I think we're probably about there, to be honest. I'm trying to stir this without getting it over the lip. Okay, so the food is at a very acceptable heat. It tastes really nice. I'm really surprised. It's a good tasting product. This is obviously the ravioli. So I'm going to tuck into this. I'll see you all soon. Right, so with super view on, I'm in a very enclosed space reviewing the Snugpak Elite 3 sleeping bag with the inbuilt expander panel system. So I only bought the sleeping bag because of the expander panel system, and basically what that is this section here is the normally for very thin people is the wind baffle behind the zip, but you can unzip the zip completely, and so normally you would have a sleeping bag like this with a wind baffle behind like this. But if you're a chunky monkey like me, I will say that you have to be very thin, and that's no word of a lie. You have to be very thin to have just this on the normal zip. It's not very wide at all. I think it said it's 75 centimeters at the shoulder. So you unzip it all of the way and re-zip it up on the second zip, which is on the edge of the wind baffle here, and that was plenty for me. It's a left hand zip on the sleeping bag, as you can see there, but just for demonstration purposes I'll bring it to the center. So you're probably saying, well, if I'm in my tent here with the door here, why have I got the zip facing the other side? Well, that's because I'm on a hill, quite simply. Easy as that. So what I noticed straight away was that this bit of Velcro, not the best machining at all. But I don't use that because I've got the expander panel fitted. I use the other bit of Velcro, so I'm not really bothered about that. I'm also not really bothered about using the Velcro when I'm fully zipped up, but the machining on the Velcro tabs for the, to keep the top shut is very poor indeed. Very poor machining. So the sleeping bag itself, extremely warm. You see there's a thread that's loose there. It's a very, very warm sleeping bag. It's currently the end of April 2014, and I was roasting in this last night. No socks, no trousers, but this long sleeved Helly Hansen Lifer top here, and that's all I was wearing last night. So on the outside of the front of the hood there, Snugpak Elite 3, it has a comfort rating of -5, which is 23 degrees Fahrenheit, and an extreme rating of -10. Yet to test that, obviously, but extremely warm sleeping bag. There's a draw cord which goes around the hood and around kind of this outer bit here. I couldn't find it very easily last night, and I still can't find it now, but there is a draw cord, And there's also a draw cord for the, oh there's the draw cord there, look. So you can pull that in around your head and your face. And there's also a draw cord on the inner neck baffle here. In true softy filling style, it was bloody warm. I was so chuffed with it. Brilliant sleeping bag. I am 6 foot tall and chunky. So the sleeping bag with the expander panel fitted was plenty room inside. It was awesome. Incidentally, just in case you're wondering, what I've got here is a mess, clearly. This is the Carrymore X-Lite self-inflating pad, sleeping pad, which I bought from not Go Outdoors, Sports Direct for about 25 quid. And then I bought this silver reflecting mat, which was sold in the Yorkshire Trading Company, and it was advertised as a picnic mat. Yeah, whatever. And it was folded into a square, you can probably see, but you fold it into thirds, or fold it into thirds there, and I rolled it up, and it's got a nice little couple of straps. You see it's ripped. It was only cheap, it was only £2.99. Rolly strap on the top there. But overall, sleeping bag with a combination of those two other items, my feet were so hot last night. It was brilliant. So there we go. Okay, so here we go. I don't know what field of view I'm in, whether I'm on super view or what. I could have pitched it tighter. I've used the same peg for the inner and the outer there. Maybe I could just use a peg, one peg for the inner and one peg for the outer. Maybe get it a little bit more taut. And what I didn't do was I didn't peg down the loop where the tent pole goes into. There's a single pole goes all the way over the top. But it's a great tent. It's a backpacking tent, you know. It's small and light. Not for anything other than that, really. Well chuffed with it. Okay, leaving no trace except flat grass. It's raining. These Salomon boots have got holes in the outsides. My feet are wet, I think. So I shall be contacting Salomon and saying I paid the best part of 150 quid on boots, and after 7 months they've leaked. Oh my life, here comes the rain. Wearing my Rab event, I think it's an Alpinist, can't remember which one. I'm on my way home.